We are who we choose to be. I'm Keegan.
I mean, if we get to choose, I'm Barney.
I'm Chris.
That's what you go for? Of all the things you could choose to be,
I don't know.
you choose the...
He also chose to fart just now.
That was not me. That was the couch.
Oh, okay.
You choose the pedophilic dinosaur.
Okay, wait, let's start.
Whoa.
Let's start over.
Today I chose to watch The Iron Giant, which I haven't watched in however many years. Probably was still, a wee lad watching it. I just wanted to check it out again. I think we've all seen it at some point in our lives. I just wanted to rewatch it, see if it holds up, and well, I'll let you know. So Iron Giant is an animated film by Brad Bird. It's about a little boy meeting a big giant. It's kind of got an E.T. flavor to it with a bit of 50s propaganda and all that good stuff.
Yes.
I found this beautiful steelbook DVD, Blu-ray, whatever it is, that has like 50s propaganda poster for it. I love it. What did you think of the movie, felons?
It's a good movie. I liked it. I liked it back in the day, and I think it still holds up.
I agree. The story is great. The animation is super clean. I'm always a fan of full frame animation. The characters are, standard, but they're like really solid.
Main character's name is Hogarth, which is one of the weirdest names I've ever heard in my life. Yeah. But it's got this, I don't know who plays Hogarth. It's just a kid or something. Yeah. But Rachel's in it. Conan O'Brien shows up as the villain. He's pretty good. But yeah, and our boy Vin Diesel voices the giant, which is a precursor to him voicing a giant tree.
I'm going out on a limb, and saying this is one of Vin Diesel's best movies he's done.
It might be, actually.
By a far stretch.
You guys don't like him as Groot, as Mr. Groot?
No, that's one. Those are also great.
So I really liked this movie.
Yeah, what do we want to give a little talk about it?
I was really happy with it. It was kind of one of those like with Cats Don't Dance. I was kind of, when we rewatched it, I was like, I love this as a kid, and I love it as an adult. But I was like a little surprised how much I love that movie. With this one, I kind of felt like I was gonna like it as much as I did rewatching it, and yeah, there wasn't like that many surprises when I was watching it. But yeah, really enjoyed it. The animation's fun and it's cool, and it gets pretty intense at one moment toward the end.
There's a lot of emotion in it too.
Yeah.
Especially when I was a kid, I felt it a lot. And even rewatching it now, there were a few scenes where it touched me.
Yeah.
Like when they're in the junkyard and they're playing around, and Hogarth pulls out his little zip gun, and it sort of, the giant's involuntary defense mechanism kicks in, and he doesn't mean to, and he's trying to find Hogarth after Dean grabs him and they're hiding, and Dean is protecting him and being like, no, stay back. You're like,
no, but he didn't mean to.
Yeah. And then he runs off because he's sad.
Poor little giant.
I know, it's so...
Poor little big giant.
Yeah.
I really liked how this movie portrays, like, especially connecting it with the 50s and all the propaganda going on. And how, like, that feeds into, like, how they're gonna treat this giant monster that they don't know anything about. So it's like this whole theme about fear and how that causes people to just not want to even try to understand something. So they just attack it, while it's something that literally will only fight back if you fight it, sort of thing.
Uh-huh.
So I thought that was a cool angle, that, like, mixing with the setting with the theme and then kind of building it.
Right, because the opening shot you see is of Sputnik, which is the Russian satellite, which was like, it was like the first satellite that was launched into space.
And we see several little propaganda videos that the kids are watching, so it's kind of like
Right, the whole like duck and cover thing.
Adults are scared, so they're like, we have to make sure the kids know to be scared, sort of thing.
Right, just sort of spreading the Red Scare is
Yeah.
what they called it.
So yeah, it's like a lot of Cold War stuff. Is
Yeah.
what, and so I think that's kind of what the theme is, or something I was trying to think of it. It was like the whole Cold War is like mutual assured destruction or whatever. And so it's like, if you attack the robot, he'll attack back, kind of thing. So it's kind of the Soviet Union and the U.S. kind of the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of what it was, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Oh yeah, I like that angle. And
Well, and the thing about the giant is you don't really know where it comes from.
you're right.
I mean, obviously, you see it fall out of space, but like the
like
humans
Superman.
assume that it's something Russian, you know, or whatever, because of the whole Red Scare and the space race and all that. And the thing is that the giant doesn't really understand himself either.
Right.
Like he sort of is, he reacts to his abilities like he doesn't have any control, like he doesn't know what's really going on.
Well, he's kind of like a kid, and that's like what Hogarth said. He's like, he's kind of a kid who doesn't know what he's there for.
Right. When it isn't like the dent in his head has something to do with that.
Possibly. It didn't really.
Okay.
It just went away when he got
Angry enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if that.
Yeah, and he kind of doesn't know anything about the world that he's in, because he has to like learn about guns and learn about death when he sees the deer coming out and the hunters shoot the deer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a pretty effective scene too. I really.
Mm-hmm.
Him bonding with the deer for a few seconds, and then the deer gets scared, jumps away, and then gets shot. And then he's upset, tries to pick up the deer, but then Hogarth gets mad because he's like,
It's disrespectful.
yeah. I don't know. I thought that was good.
It is interesting, like him learning about sort of life and death, and then Hogarth talking about, you know, how your soul doesn't die. Your body dies, but your soul lives on, or at least that's what he's been told.
Which is something that he doesn't really know, because spoilers alert, when he gets hurt, he can reconstruct himself back together.
Mhm.
Right.
So it's like he's learning something that is foreign to him.
Right.
And I mean, you're wearing the shirt, but like his attachment to Superman
Superman.
is interesting, and it's one of those things that came out of, you know, early Americana, and I think it was like the 30s or something when Superman came out.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
But he fights for, you know, whatever, truth, justice, and the American way, and it's the giant adopts that. It's like an ultra American symbol. Superman is, but he's an alien, just like Superman, who came to Earth, and you know has like peculiar powers that are different from other people. So there are some parallels to that.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you, since you're like the comic book expert, I don't know if you know much about Superman or anything, but there was another comic, it was like, I think Atomo, or that's like the robot that's the bad guy. Is that like a real thing? Or?
I'm not sure. Warner Brothers owns the movie rights to Superman,
Okay.
so I wouldn't be surprised if he was real, or if it. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if it was just
Made up.
a robot, that was made up particularly for the story.
Especially when it comes to comic books, even if Brad Bird came up with that just in his script writing process, you could probably find some character in the comics that's named that.
Well, and there's plenty of like robot enemies that Superman fights. Like Brainiac is one of them, and there's a lot.
Yeah, but it's kind of like shows that like the robot's the bad guy, so the Iron Giant kind of thinks like, oh wait, am I the bad guy? No, I don't want to be that. So it kind of works with his character.
I am not a gun.
Yeah, we were always suckers for villains on this show. All of us love a good villain. I love Christopher McDonald, who plays
Conan O'Brien.
Okay. Who's Kent Mansley, who works for the government, and he is investigating this giant thing that's in the woods that they're not entirely sure what it is.
I think last thing I really have to say is I really enjoyed the sound design for the giant specifically. Like, I thought there was some really cool sounds of him just when he's moving and talking, and they're just like mixed in there really well, and give him weight, and it doesn't feel too science fiction-y. Like, it doesn't feel too out there. It's pretty grounded in what you'd think something like that would sound like. But
yeah, I noticed one part where kind of like the music was like mixing with his steps. It's almost like they were intertwined, and I thought that was a really nice little touch.
What would you give this on rewatch?
I've 2 thumbs up, honestly. It's such a great movie. It has everything I want, and it feels really good to rewatch it again. I've been wanting to for a little while now, and it's great. I loved it when I was a kid, and it holds up so well now. Everything in it is just great. It's a solid 2 thumbs up movie for sure.
Okay.
I enjoyed it when I was younger. I enjoyed it now, but I am a big fan of guns, and this one's kind of anti-gun. So
No, it's more anti who's using the gun, Levi.
I'm just kind of playing around. But we didn't really talk about it, but like the climax of the film, he kind of pulls out all his guns that he has stored in his and I enjoyed that. Like, I like that type of stuff. I don't know. And there's like the army guys fighting. I know that's like.
It's cool.
It's cool. I wish there was more of that. I wish that was the whole movie. So just 1 thumbs up for me.
Yeah, I think, I felt like emotion throughout the movie every now and then, but I think I needed more from the movie. I think there was just a little bit missing for me. And then the story is pretty like straightforward. So yeah, I'll give it a good thumbs up. Well, boys, I think we've finished talking about Iron Giant. What is our next movie, Levi?
Is it my turn next?
Yes.
I don't even know. I'll have to think about it.
All right, he's going to think about it.
Stay tuned to find out. Ooh, it's going to be exciting.
Hopefully you've seen it. Because we're gonna spoil it.
Oh, they could watch it before the review.
But if they don't know.
No, but they could not watch it.
But if they don't know what your movie is right now, Levi, If they don't know what your movie is right now, how are they supposed to know what to watch? Because you don't know what's on your list.
You got me there.
So choose your fucking movie, and then we'll be able to talk about it, and then they'll be able to go see it, and they'll be able to know what we're talking about
Keegan,
when we actually get
calm
this
down.
video out.